I went out to Vegas for some shows, and we've talked about previously on the podcast. I for years and years was a loyal Spirit Airlines guy.
Yes.
And I think I finally hung it up. I'm out of the Free Spirit Club. So I flew. But here's the thing. After flying Spirit for years, my bar for what's acceptable on a flight is so low. I flew United, and I get on the plane, and they go, hey, sorry, your seatbelt is wet.
You're like, I'm used to my whole seat being wet.
They go,
Spirit.
your seatbelt's wet. We're going to get you a new one. I go, all right. So I just sit down, whatever.
Yeah.
Don't touch the seatbelt.
Did they say why it was wet? I don't like that.
There's more to the story.
Oh.
So finally the flight attendant comes over. She goes, okay, we have two options. If you want to get a new seatbelt, we have to deboard the entire plane.
That's why you even present that
and
to you?
as she's saying that, I clip the seatbelt. I go, we're fine.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm not being this person.
And then she was like so apologetic, and I was like, please do not tell me. If you know what this is wet with, please do not tell me. Because I have to, it's on my body.
Yeah, you're fine.
And at first I'm thinking, oh, this is no big deal. I put it on and it's like soaking through my clothes. It's like soaking wet. So she gives me like a blanket to put under or whatever.
Yeah.
And she ended up giving me like a $50 flight credit, which first of all, my bar is so low that I was like, oh, we're going. Because I forget, I was going to Vegas. I go, I have somewhere to be. I go, we're going. We're not deboarding this whole plane over a freaking wet, But also, how did just the belt get soaking wet?
Yeah,
Did the person before me pee in their seat? Did they sweat a lot? It was like, but again, where I'm like, at the point that I've accepted I have to wear this for the next 3 hours, I go, whatever you do not tell me what it is.
The only benefit too is like you're on a plane, you probably have your plane clothes, like your travel outfit.
Right.
So you're like, fuck it, it's going to be gross.
You know me, I always fly in the Mugsies.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But so that happens, and I go, it's still better than Spirit. And then she comes by and she's like, for that inconvenience, I'm so sorry. Like, anything you want, drinks, food, and I'm going to give you a $50 flight credit. I go, oh, for $50, give me a wet seatbelt every single time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just one of those things where I immediately learned what $50 is worth to me. And I was like, oh, if you guys would give me a wet seat, I'll sit in a wet seat every single time.
But
for
the plane
$50.
math is also different because you're so cognizant of like, you just do not want to be delayed. You do not want to hold anybody up. So you're like, yeah, I'll deal with
And it's one of those things where, and you see where people get this power. I go, I can make every person late today.
Yeah.
If I was just an asshole about this.
It's like the guy who gets up and like tries to, when like as soon as the seatbelt sign goes off.
Yeah.
The guy who immediately gets up and tries to jump like 8 rows.
Yeah, like run up. Yeah.
What are you doing? I block that. I get in the
trip.
aisle. Yeah.
You're like out.
Yeah, I get in the aisle. I go, where are you thinking you're got a connecting flight? Where are you going?
You get in the aisle. All right, answer me these 3 riddles, and we'll let you by.
I start doing
funny.
poems.
Yeah.
That's great. That's
But
fun.
then, so when I get to Vegas, I had checked the bag. I go to the carousel to pick up my luggage, and it was honestly like surprisingly quick. Like within 10 minutes, our stuff's there. There's a guy at baggage claim, and he sees his bag start coming, and he just starts swearing. He's like, "These good for nothing. I can't believe it. These." Like this stupid airline, and I'm like, oh man, they like messed.
Yeah, what's wrong with his
bags? Something terrible has gone wrong. He's a professional bowler, and it was a bag with his balls in it, his bowling balls. And I'm going,
and his real balls.
In that moment, I'm going, oh. He's mad about the way his life has gone.
Yeah.
He's not mad about the bag.
That could be a bit. That's funny.
Literally, it's this guy. He was like...
He's projecting.
He was so angry. I was like, oh, he's got to have like... He's moving a kidney on ice or something.
Something
like,
important.
Something important. It's his bowling balls. I'm going... Oh, he's mad that his wife left.
Yeah.
That's what he's swearing about. It has nothing to do with the service here at United.
That is... I mean, that's good for him. I thought he'd be on Spirit, a professional bowler.
No, come on. That's a
driving
of the league pros.
You think he's driving? That's a guy who drives to his gigs.
But imagine
he's not
flying. Imagine flying with 3 bowling balls.
That is insane. That's a hard. I know.
But I mean, he's going to Vegas. He's probably in the big tournament.
Yeah, those guys are. That's a different.
I mean, it's just. You think touring comedians are sad.
Yeah.
Touring bowlers? Woo! Man, oh man.
That would have been funny if you too.
That's the type of guy, he's walking into the bowling alley, he sees that there's a comedy show, and he goes, that guy's got an easy life.
By the way, after
the bowling alley comedian?
That's who's on this podcast once you get canceled. I'm getting a bowler. We're
Go
gonna
ahead,
we're gonna get a bowler and a
Go
comedian.
ahead.
Bowler and a comedian walk into a room.
I had this. This is an old story. This is a couple years ago. I was flying an early morning flight out of. You know what it was? I was coming back from my dry bar at Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
First of all, a thing I was unfamiliar with. There are airports that close at night.
Yeah, that seems insane to me. I'm like, don't people have to be here?
I had
doing stuff?
like a red eye, like a first thing in the morning flight. I get to the airport. I did the gig. I came in the night before, and then I did the gig, and I was flying out that night.
You go to the airport.
So I go straight to the airport because I have a red eye. I get to the airport. They go, yeah, we're closed. I go,
my plane's over there.
Like, yeah, no, we're not open. And then I start doing the math of when they're going to open that, like, my flight is like 10 minutes after the airport opens.
So how does that work?
So I'm like, I just got to get in line. So I'm like sleeping on a bench, like, before security. But this is the funniest thing. I'm there. I slowly, as the morning goes on, I'm watching TSA get to work. They're coming past me, going, getting up. So they finally open up security. Me and a couple people that have early flights like rush in. The woman at TSA, I'm the first person through security this
first
day.
first person at her work day.
All day. I'm like taking something out of my bag and I go, laptop in or out? Perfectly placed. She rolls her eyes and goes, laptops out of the bag, screaming. And I wanted to go, hey, honey, save some of it. You got a long day of being angry. I'm the first person through security. I ask an honest question.
She's
going
already upset.
She rolled her eyes at me. She goes, take your laptop out of the bag. Take your shoes off. Bend over and let me fist you. I mean, just so angry. Where I'm going, if you're going to be angry all day, which is part of your job description, you can't use it all in the first 10 minutes.
But that's another person who's like the bowler. They're upset with their life.
Right.
That's
literally, where you see someone like, if it's 3 p.m. and I'm coming through TSA and you've lost your temper, I go, you've been here yelling at people all day, putting up with shit. I get it. I'm like, girl, it has been. You clocked in. And 3 minutes ago?
Also, like, you got to, these TSA people are so funny. We're coming back from Portugal. We're going through, like, customs, so global entry. So there's a woman, and it's like coming back to Chicago, all these, like, foreigners are with us, and you can I'm like, oh, they're not ready for, like, the Chicago welcome that they're going to get. Right. So this lady's telling people, she's like, hey, keep going. You can just walk right past. She's like, get your passport out. And then it's like she's right there, and you kind of walk past her to get to the booth. And this guy, like, looks back at her. She's like, you don't need to look back at me, sir. Just keep walking. And then she goes, if you have a kid, make sure they have global entry as well. And then this guy turns around. She's like, do you have kids, motherfucker? Like, it was so fun. I was like, this guy just got into this country.
Into the country.
This guy's first moment in the country. He's just getting roasted at the airport. And I was like, man, good to be back in Chicago. I was so happy to be back. It was so funny.
Well, it's funny, too, like, people like that, they're like, oh, I've heard about the nice people in the Midwest. And they go, not the people that work at the airport. Not the people that work at O'Hare. That's an exception.
I know. I told I looked back, and I was like, what if we want to look back? And she goes, now you playing. And I was like, welcome to Chicago.
Hey, look back at it.
Look back at it.
That's funny.
I have one kind of similar to a roasting story that this happened. I was doing a gig. It was a political fundraiser gig I got asked to do.
Oh.
And that's one
that
where...
Nazi gig came through.
I was going to say, that's one where you got to read the fine print because you're like, wait, what side is this person on?
Yeah.
You get asked to do stand-up at a political fundraiser. You're like, we all watched the Tony Hinchcliffe thing. We're like, we don't need to be part of this. But it was actually for this guy, Indian guy running. His name's Kareem Lakhani. We should put him up.
Never mind.
Very smart dude, Democratic nominee, very good dude.
For what?
I think he was running for something within the state. I don't even know. We'll put it up.
He's like the water commissioner.
Or something. Yeah. But he does this fundraiser gig. So we do the gig, and there's all these Indian people there. One of them comes up to me after the show, and he goes, hey, can I get a picture with you? I got to send it to my boy. And I go, yeah, for sure. And he goes, he's like, he saw you years ago, in like 2018. And
he pulls it up. It's a picture of Hassam Minhaj.
He goes, he saw you, and he was going to come tonight. But then he goes, hey, who's the comedian? And I said it was you. And he goes, oh, I can't do that. He's like, he roasted me in 2018. And this guy's been living with it every day since.
At a gig,
at a separate gig. I have no recollection of this.
And like when he says roasted him, like you did a roast of him.
I think I just on stage just fucked around, and I go, "What was the gig?" Awesome. He goes, "Well, you looked at his outfit and go, where'd you get that from? Forever 41."
That's a classic Vic line.
That's a classic Vic Bondi line. But now the guy's apparently always been insecure about how he looks.
Oh, that's
so he's been.
It's one of those things that you did off the cuff as a riff. Probably had another spot that night. Never
Think
thought of it
nothing
again.
of it.
This guy has thought about that.
I'm living rent free in this guy's head because now all of
his.
his friends continually fuck with him.
Oh, it's up Forever 41. Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Oh, is that what you're gonna wear?" They'll like fuck with him all the time,
Dude,
and then
that's awesome.
I felt really bad after because I was
Rajesh, comment below if you know Rajesh.
It was very funny, but then I felt bad. I was like, "This guy's literally traumatized to go to a comedy show."
you should give him free tickets.
I
for
know.
the
So I
show.
go, "Hey, come out, free tickets whenever you want." So hopefully we'll see him
and
again.
then you
but
roast him again.
forever. That's what I'm saying. What if it happens again unintentionally,
right,
and then he kills
Just
himself?
Sit him in the back.
Yeah, very fun.
That's funny. The idea that you get a notice. It's some guy's funeral. Yeah, I mean, you called him Forever 41.
He called him Keith Forever One
that
and
was
called him a
it,
fat
man.
gay, and he just ended his life.
Couldn't handle it. Tough. That's
Very
funny.
fun.
Well, good luck to who's running.
Kareem.
Kareem. Good luck
shout
to
out.
Kareem. Shout out to Kareem.
Bald, young
Never
Indian
mind.
guy. Well, that's why
Bald,
again.
young, you said?
That's why I saw the poster. I was like, "Who's he running for?" Because I was like, "You look at the flyer." I'm
He's
like,
bald.
"This could be bald." But then I zoomed in. I was like, "Oh, he is Indian." You just don't see a lot of bald Indians. Like, it's not a thing you see.
I don't know. We know one.
That's true. Is that a choice or is that like?
I don't think he was born like
No,
that. He was born
I mean,
like that.
is that like, is he sick or did society make that choice?
Yeah, he's got Lithuania. He's
Lithuania.
he's losing his hair from Lithuania, dude.